This time I activated the wrong audio. So hi, we are going to continue setting up our development environment so that we can finally write some code next time. This time we are setting up the JavaScript environment with some Webpack, some TypeScript, some Svelte, and this should be all. So let's start, I would say. So this is where we left off last time. Let's make a new directory. Let's call it UI. It looks like this. It's very empty. We want JavaScript directly within our shell for now. So we want yarn. Let's see if this is enough. It is. Let's see. It's currently downloading Node.js. This will take a bit. Let's see. Yarn is available. So let's begin. We want it on UI index.typescript. Yes. Actually, HEPLv3. And we have a package.json. We need a development dependency on Webpack. How do we set up Webpack? That's an interesting question. So, I always hate this part of setting up a Webpack project. Because it starts telling us the concept, but it doesn't tell us how to get started. How many clicks were this? How do I get started? Where's the getting started section? It's here. It explains us all of this. Then it shows us this part. And the start button is so small, you can't even find it. So whatever. We need Webpack and Webpack CLI. So these are a lot of dependencies. A lot of them. Let's update our git ignore. So git ignore.io. We use Webpack or JavaScript. We're going to use Svelte. We are going to Node and Yarn. Why is every technology in JavaScript mentioned separately? And suddenly this directory vanishes. Wonderful, but I think this thing will crash the second we will open it, since we need to prepare some stuff. tsconfig.json. We need a tsconfig. some basic TS config. So let's see. What do we have here? We need compiler options. We need a TS config for Webpack. What do they offer? They offer this. Nice. How do I configure? We want the source map actually. And how do we tell it to set this up? Holy shit, how long did it take to open this article? Wow. I am using JavaScript for this part, so people don't have to wait too long until they get a loading spinner, because we are getting fetching a lot of data from other servers. So I want to have this data fetched dynamically if possible. So how? It doesn't. I don't think it's gonna magically know where my stuff is put. So compiler options. Let's see. Files, extend. So how does it know? Like this. Let's put it in UI tests. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna run these tests, but or add any of them. But yeah. Let's see. Let's delete this file. Index TypeScript. Wonderful. And then we are going to go here. Yarn add for development TS loader. And make a webpack.config.js. So Webpack with TypeScript. Let's copy all of this bullshit. But it's located at UI SSE index.ts. And now we need to to set up yarn to nix. Which of course has no maintainer because it has been integrated here. And since then, nobody needs a manual. Ah, it has a manual now. Cool. I'm impressed. So let's add a function in our package.json scripts build so that we can build it. Webpack build, I think it is. Two errors, mode option. Where's the include? Is it here? It seems to be. It was put into dist. Now we want to put it into Django. So there is a thing called Webpack Loader. Yes, seems up to date. Webpack. Is it in our? It is. So we can just add it to our. Where's our requirements? Apparently not here anymore. Is it already open? It is. We don't want that. We want a new dependency. Like that. Easy. Then we need a node dependency. Yarn add webpack bundle tracker. Just like they want. And we need to add it into a webpack config. So we have a plugin, new bundle tracker, which takes a file name attribute, and it's this yarn build should run webpack build, and we should have a webpack stats.json, like so. And of course, it does stuff like that. Let's deal with it later. We have this. How do we continue integrating it? We need to add it into a settings.py. We can do this into installed apps, webpack loader. We need to configure it. And in this case, something interesting happens. We need to deviate a little bit. Let's not put them here. We want to put them UI out. Node browse this environment. Process.env is either that or path.resolve dir name UI out. Or let's put it in this JS instead. This target either that and then path.resolve this target dist JS, actually just JS, path resolve question mark if it is set in some way, or just use dir name. No, I shouldn't program that late. Path.resolve, we want to put it into dist everything. Path.resolve webpack stats.json. That doesn't need to be here. Yarn build. Okay. That should build it into this exactly. Webpack stats.json. Nice. Now update the settings.py. How have I called it again? This target is Git forest asset root. Let's put it again here so we can read it better. Git forest asset root. Asset root or base dir. And then we can continue adding Django Webpack. Stats file is webpack stats.json. Poll interval 1 and ignore from this part. If you wonder why I prefer double quotes instead of single quotes, it's just ingrained into me. Too late for that. So and the last part is we make a first site. So how do we call this site? Let's call it social. We should now have a thing called social. It should have a view. Load render bundle from with only one of them. Webpack loader. Render bundle main. Type HTML, HTML, head, then we can do the render bundle, body, hi. Def show index. It wants a response. Okay. And add the URL here. At the root. Import. So it's called HTTP request, HTTP response. Wonderful. It's called show index. Show index. Python manage.py run server. Let's see how we okay. We want to allow localhost 8000. Actually, let's default to allow everyone. Done. Yeah. Then let's do it empty. They're not regexes anymore. Template doesn't exist. Where did it search in these locations? Okay, let's add a plate. XHTML, copy stuff over or not. And now we rename it. No. Next HTML. We want doc type HTML. HTML again. Close HTML. We need a head tag. We need a body tag. We need to say hello world. We need to render bundle, I think. Let's see. Yeah, of course. Where does it think the template paths are? Base directories / templates. Hello world, and did it load the bundle? It did. Did it find it? It did not. Why didn't it find it? I see. So, file stirs root JS. Still didn't find it. Are static paths? No. So I want to have them shown. Static file stirs. It will also be here. And if debug is enabled, if debug all patterns extend static django.conf import settings. If settings.debug, we want to add static settings.patterns plus gleich like that. All command root equals settings.static root. Is this enough? Of course it is not. We have an empty file essentially. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? Actually, let's see. Rather have this. Is preload true? Is preload true? Why can't it find it? I have no idea why it can't find it. So I did this. I've added this. I did this. Cool. Not yet here. Render bundle. You must run the Webpack pipeline. Watch. Webpack. Watch. Now I'm interested. Still empty. Where did it put it? Let's console log it. This target. That's the right directory. This Webpack stats. Yeah, that's the right path. So assets, CSS, JS, have this app. How do the URLs work? Okay. These aren't even used. Interesting. Let's add 2 of these. And yeah, and watch them. And in the other one, we want to run server. Again says this. Let's edit console.log test. This should be loaded. Why isn't it running? Again, not found. And I have no idea why. So the settings, I have added Webpack loader. All that configuration. I added static files. There is static files in there. Let's make it a bit smaller. I hope you can still read it. Static files is in there. Okay. And Webpack config. Direct it to assets. So why production development installing this part, the debug variable provided by Django. So you must run the Webpack pipeline. And go Webpack bundle for or for. So I have asset root is either that or that. No. Let's see what this results in. Main dist. Okay. This must now be a list. Interestingly, because of a bug, this should actually have worked. What happens if we rename the bundle dir name to JS? Okay. Well, this is doing this, then we need to remove asset root. And now it can find it. Interesting. What happens if we make it empty? Cool. This is exactly what I wanted. And I should now get should now receive a test here. Wonderful. Which means now we can try to package it. But I think I want to go that route later. First, we want to actually start implementing stuff. Yeah. This is for now good enough. Let's make a few stuff. So the interesting part about ActivityPub, which is the protocol that underlines Mastodon, is that it implements a thing that's called JSON LD. The sad thing is nobody implements JSON LD for Python, at least in the async category. So what we are going to do is we are going to just inline a vendor in a non-async library and convert it to an async library. This will take me around 2 hours. So I think we are going to do that on Friday. Until then, I think we have successfully, actually we did not. We need to add Svelte. Webpack Svelte. Let's add a Svelte component. Yaren add -d Svelte loader. Yaren add Svelte. That was easy. Now we need to do some stuff. We first need to do this. And then we need to do this. And then we need to add this. Since we have extensions twice and we want to add TypeScript like that. And then let's add some rules like these and these. And we want to configure these a little bit. This is a loader. Options emit CSS is true. We want to have a source map. This is all in the CSS part, apparently. So, Svelte TypeScript Webpack. Let's go to the starter. Let's look at the Webpack config, which is always huge. Let's not. How old is this? 2 years ago. No, please not. Integrating everything with CSS. Yaren add Svelte pre-process. And then just empty, okay? Const Svelte pre-process is requires Svelte pre-process. Like this. Svelte preprocess is svelte preprocess with an empty configuration. Wonderful. And the last step is, in this case, let's test it with a test svelte from svelte. Add a target div class app, and instead of class we give it an ID. Import test from test.svelte, new test, target document, get element by the app. So I think this will have caused errors. It did. We need to add typings, because typings are always hard in Svelte. I hate tutorials that say, download this wonderful template and everything is done for you. I hate them. Every time in the JavaScript world. You know, the JavaScript people, did you ever consider that I am not working in a vacuum? I cannot just dig your template and work on it. Can you please just tell me what to do? And maybe on the top just say, here's a template which does all of this, but please explain me how to do it, instead of saying, here's a template, you pull this, everything is done for you, you can do these. Please, tell me. Where did you go wrong, dear JavaScript people? Svelte preprocess. Every time I look at this code, it's the same. Okay, now our neighbors need to be very, very loud at this time. So what does the ts config say? What happens if I just move this? Apparently it works fine now. This works fine. Let's test it here from Svelte. Cool. I think I have a bug to report. But this is a good timing because I'm done now. But yeah, I think I have a bug to report. Cool, Hyperland. Cool that you crashed during a stream. Well, that being said, as I said, I wanted to stop now. I think we are at a good point where we can actually start coding tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, on Friday. Because we have finished that